Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Minimalism Made Simple podcast. My name is Rebecca, and I am the blogger over at minimalismmadesimple.com. I encourage you to head over and check out that website as I have several worksheets and checklists for you to print absolutely for free. So, thank you for tuning in today, and let's get started with today's episode. Hi everyone. So today's episode is going to be about how to fully embrace conscious living. So living your best quality of life is literally the best thing that you can do for yourself. When you live consciously, you're able to live a life you're proud of. On the contrary, being conscious of the way you're living allows you to change and transform your life accordingly. It allows you to live healthy patterns without crossing boundaries within yourself. Compared to doing whatever you please, there is freedom in living life consciously and with boundaries. It's living a life with intention rather than just mindlessly. So today, let's dive a little more into how to embrace conscious living. So what does it mean to live consciously? Living consciously means being intentional with your words, your actions, your habits, everything you do in life. You don't act for the sake of acting, but you do everything with intention. For instance, if you ever see those talking just to fill silence, that's what unconscious living is. It means taking control of your life and doing the effort to make your life better in a conscious way. This also means thinking before speaking and analyzing before making decisions. It's about being precise and careful about certain decisions that you're making. It means that you're focused on being a better version of yourself and you plan to be intentional about it. It's no longer about going with the flow with everything, but it's about taking the time and effort to analyze which are the right decisions to make for your life. So how do we begin to be more conscious in life? If you want to live a conscious life, it begins by wanting it. You can't expect to live a conscious life if you feel forced to do it. You have full control over how you want to live your life, and you're already on the right track just by thinking about it. The next steps would be integrating as much intention as you can in your life, whether it's with habits or with time. By having that self-awareness on how you're building your life to be, you're already living a conscious life. So I'm going to give you a few examples just to make it a little clearer. So the first example would be careful of your time. Time is the most fragile yet concrete thing in the world. It's the one thing you can't get back, even if you wanted to. With this concept, you need to be wary of how you spend your time. If you're living a conscious life, make sure that your time is being well spent. Living a conscious life is all about managing your time properly and making sure that the right habits occupy your time. And if you have destructive habits that take up your time, it could negatively affect your life. And so this kind of goes into the next example, which is to be self-aware. So self-awareness is the root of living a conscious life. Awareness is how you're able to know what decisions to make and what to avoid. Self-awareness is the key ingredient in changing your overall life, both the best and worst aspects. It's how you're able to assess how you're living your life and see it from another perspective. Often we become so complacent with our lifestyle that we don't see the errors in our ways. Another example is to choose positive values. So our morals and values comprise a huge part of who we are. They're our most indefinite trait, and it's what represents who and what we truly are. So if you want to live a conscious life, be sure to choose values that define you positively. Everything you do, including the choices you make, comes from your morals and values. This means that bad values reflect a negative life, while good traits reflect a good life. To change your life, you must change your values. I'll give you one last example. So this is to accept yourself wholeheartedly. Now, this may seem like an odd example, but a lot of people don't quite accept themselves, and this gets in the way of living a conscious life. You can't be self-aware yet not like yourself at the same time. This has a little bit to do with self-love. So accepting yourself means accepting both the positive and negative, your flaws, your strengths, and all the bad decisions you've once made. By accepting yourself, you're aware of even the flaws that you have, and you'll have the intent to change your life accordingly. As mentioned earlier, a conscious life is about having that self-awareness, and you can't do that without acceptance and self-love. I hope today's episode was able to shed some insight on conscious living. There are various reasons why you should shift to a conscious way of living. Not only do you make better choices, but you create a better life for yourself. There will be fewer decisions you'll end up regretting with this kind of lifestyle. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and don't forget to head on over to minimalismmadesimple.com to download my free workbook and resource library. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.